Hello and welcome to Caravan Escapades. Do I seem excited? Yes, I'm excited. It's the start of our 2025 French adventure. We're on our way, we've headed off, we've left home. So it's about 5:30 in the morning. We're just at Cambridge Services, just off the A14. The girls have just gone to grab us some coffee and breakfast sort of stuff. We've been going for about an hour and a half. We left at, I think it was about 4 p.m. this morning, ready to, oh dear, what's that noise? Trucks over there. We left at 4 p.m. this morning. We've got a Eurostar, or not Eurostar, sorry, Eurotunnel crossing coming up very shortly. First time with us for the caravan on the Channel Tunnel, so we're looking forward to that. We're making good time. Obviously we will do when we're early. But yes, we're really excited. So we've just pulled up Cambridge Services in the caravan lot, caravan only. We'll let that camper van get away with it. One caravan there, we got a van there that doesn't need to be in, another van there. Yeah, you've got loads of HGV HGV parking over there. It's always the same, things don't change. Right, we shall see you very, very soon. So we've just stopped at the services on the M20, so we're about 30 miles from the Eurotunnel now. Been making good time, not a bad journey. We're just having a quick toilet break, that sort of stuff. Now we've just pulled into these services, caravan bays, which are too short anyway. And look at this, this is the caravan bays. Now when we turned up here, there was actually vans in that and it was full, and there was only one bay free. There's plenty of HGV parking. There's big signs saying no HGV and signs saying caravans only, but it happens every time. I moan about it, but every time we get here. Anyway, I'm going to go to the loo and we're going to head off and we're going to head to the Eurotunnel. So here we are, finally made it down to the Eurotunnel. Just come off the M20. It's, Claire and I were talking earlier on, actually it's quite a while since the pair of us have used the Eurotunnel. I think it might have even been 16 years or so. So hopefully nothing's changed too much. This will be the first time with the caravan as well. So let's see how we get on. Why don't you join us? There's 2 lanes for passengers and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lanes for freight, but I guess that's to be expected. I mean, obviously a lot of you watching have probably done this journey many times before, but we are really used to doing the ferry on our French trip. Darcy May's never ever been on the Eurotunnel anyway.
In a quarter of a mile, arrive at Folkestone Channel Tunnel R on the left.
I think on the way down as well, we've seen one caravan. That's all we've seen, one caravan. So here we are, it's check-in. From what I understand, it's number plate recognition. So which channel shall we go down? Let's follow this motorhome through, shall we?
In 100 yards, arrive at Folkestone Channel Tunnel R.
This means Claire's got to do all the work on the terminal now.
Oh, it's a bit tight.
Yeah, I mean, we've got 8 foot wide caravan. It feels a little bit tight, but to be fair, there's a good, I don't know, 8 to 9 inches on either side.
Not cost us. If we wanted to do the other one, it would have cost us.
Yeah, right, so there's a bit of a bargain. We've obviously got here a little bit early with plenty of time. Let me make sure that I watch where we're going. And we've been given an earlier crossing, an hour earlier, so that's great news. No cost, all automated check-in. I think it's pretty easy and straightforward, Claire, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's dead easy. You just press yes or no for diesel.
Yeah.
Yes or no for pets.
Yeah.
Well, it was confirming what we'd already booked, to be fair. So it was just like
no
for us. That was it, done.
So yeah, so we're going to pull up in the terminal building, or find a place to pull up in the terminal building, and we'll come back to you in a bit. So that was relatively easy, in fact a lot easier than I expected. Certainly a lot different to the queuing that we do on the ferry. So definitely a lot easier. I mean, is it because we're earlier and it's not so busy? Could it be more hassle? I mean, if you've used the Eurotunnel and the ferry, you know, which, from the check-in procedure, which do you think is the easiest? From what we've just done there, absolutely a lot easier here with the Eurotunnel. Is it just because it's not busy? Anyway, we're going to nip into the terminal and we'll see you in a minute. For those that you're not been in the passenger terminal before, it's a pretty well equipped passenger terminal, pretty much like a kind of smaller version of an airport terminal. You know, you've got the toilets, a bit of Smith over in the corner, duty free, different shops, good food court with all sorts of different bits in there. So yeah, this is a passenger terminal. So here we go, we're off. Obviously we're going to do all the border control and all that sort of stuff, I would have thought. I'm assuming I'm going the right way here where it says long vehicles. The camera looking at me might go off, the battery's running low, but we'll still record and you'll be able to hear me with one facing forward anyway. Right, I'm just going to turn you off while we go through passport control. I think that's only fair. So we've made it through passport control, we've made it through check-in. It was all very, very straightforward. We did get pulled over to one of the side lanes or one of the blue lanes. We weren't sure whether we were going to be checked, make sure we got any fresh fruit and vegetables and those sorts of things, or have a look in the caravan, but that was just purely for the gas check, just to prove that the gas locker was, that was purely for the gas check, just to prove that the gas was disconnected. So we're here. There's the girls, they're sat in the car over there, look. We're basically waiting in kind of a boarding area, and I think the next thing from here will be to head down onto, I was going to say the ferry then, head down onto the tunnel. Most of you have done this many, many times before, but it is the first time for us with the caravan, and the first time for a long, long time. So here we go, first time with the car and caravan on the Eurotunnel. Am I a little bit nervous? Yes, I am, I think. Only just the boarding bit really, and I don't know why I should be. I've no issues normally with towing and doing all that sort of stuff, so I'm sure it'll be fine. And I've watched quite a few videos of different people boarding the Eurotunnel. Just oversteer a little bit. Apparently lots of space, and I think the only thing to watch is just as you're kind of driving down. So anyway, Darcy May, look, here we go. We're about to go down the ramp in a moment. I think I'm right. Oh no, maybe I'm wrong. Not yet. Not just yet. I thought we were going down the ramp, but we're not.
Because I'm filming on my iPad, I can't quite film.
You're filming on your iPad as well? Wave to Darcy May's iPad. So we're going across the lines now, where the trains come in and queue up. Oh yeah, there's a chalk horse. Probably most of you know it anyway, but Claire's just pointing out to me there's a chalk horse on the side of the hill. It's probably got some history to it, a bit like the man at Cerne Abbas, and we'll say no more about that one. No, but because the ones that the trucks go on, the trains that the trucks go on, are open-ended.
The sides of them.
The side, and all they get out of their trucks and go and sit in a special carriage.
That's not fair.
It is.
That's not fair. That is not fair.
It is. You don't want to go on that one.
No, I've understand it.
Because I am. Right, here we go, guys. Oh, that's all right, no worries. Just being stopped there, but it was just so they could optimise. I think what they've done is, I think just to get the space better on the shuttle, is just kind of move things around. Because what we've now got behind is we've got a car and a motorhome. In fact, it looks like Andy and Nikki's motorhome. There's one of the trains going to Ossime on the right there. Yeah, they're all double deckers. Yeah, it's just that some bits of it are single deck and other bits of it are double deck.
Are we going on the single or the double?
We're going on the single because we're too high with the caravan to go on the double deck. The double deck is just a bit higher than the car. Oh, should be fine on here. Here we go. Let's go over. And then turn back. should.
Daddy, the thing's gone.
What's
the
gone?
The metal bit of the other one's going.
The what?
The metal bit of the lorry train's going.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
So here we are, Darcy May, we're on it now.
Yeah.
Let's drive down to the end. That was easy, that was no hassle whatsoever. So if you've not done it before, you know how experienced I am. I was a little bit nervous, but it's been absolutely fine. And we're a big outfit.
James, she wants you to move forward.
Oh yay! No, the window.
We're almost quite close to the front of the train.
We were 8 carriages back.
Come on, why is this not winning?
Were you counting?
I did.
Can you type City Europe in there? So we're across, we're through. We're in Calais, or just outside Calais anyway. The girls have popped into Lidl. We just want to grab a few little bits of fresh stuff, milk, butter, cheese, bit of fruit, that sort of stuff, just so we've got something with us for when we stop, and when we stop this evening. So yeah, we're in France, we're back in France. I can't wait, really excited. So I'm going to wait for the girls, and then we're going to head on. I think we're going to head towards Reims and see where we get to around there, and see if we can find a stop in Reims for the evening.
Made from choice Virginia leaf. Barney threw the tin away in disgust, and a voice said, "All right, mister, come out. We got..." Barney started scrambling onto one of the spreading branches. "I'm going to climb this tree so I can see." "So am I then." "What about climbing? You can't bring her." "I'll tie her up here. So lie down there."
We need to find out for a vacancy what that is, think.
So we've just stopped at a little air just for a bit of a break, a bit of a breather, grow a little bit of food, only a little one, but the interesting fact is there are more Brits in this air than anyone I've ever seen before. In fact, pretty much everybody here is Brits. Every single car along there is British, and then down the bottom, when we walked in, everyone was British, but there are now a couple of French ones and a couple of Swiss ones over here, and you've got the French truck drivers. But there's a lot of Brits about. I know we're still quite north, and maybe because, like Claire says, we're a little later coming than we normally would be, but certainly see a lot of our fellow Brits here, more than we normally do. Not many caravans though. I haven't seen many caravans. A couple of motorhomes, but I think we've seen maybe one caravan. Are you there? So I think we're about done for the day for driving. We're quite close to Reims at the moment. We've just pulled in at another air. The girls have gone in to use the toilet. I've grabbed a quick coffee, and we're going to get the good old ACSI out. In fact, I've had a quick look already. There are a couple of suitable sites, one really just a few miles away, and then another one about 25 miles away. But again, very impressive. One's 18 euros, quite a basic site, and then the other one is, I think it's 31 euros, but it's got pool, restaurant and all those sorts of stuff. So we'll get on the phone, or we'll get on the ACSI app, we'll get on the phone, we'll give them a call, and you'll find out very shortly which one we've ended up in. So this is where we've come, this is what we've chosen for this evening. I can't remember what the name is. Au bord de la Seine. You guys know what I'm like, absolutely useless. So yeah, again, the ACSI app came good, and funnily enough, I asked ChatGPT for some recommendations, and this was one of the recommendations as well. So we're going to find out where the reception is, and then we're going to go and get checked in, and we'll come back to you shortly. So first stop near Reims, we're here, we're all set up. Didn't take too long, particularly with the EMP. Just had a bit of water and some power and we're all set to go. I'm going to leave the front cover on tonight, certainly because we're going to be getting off first thing in the morning. But I'll give you a quick tour of the site. I'll give you a quick look around the site, with the facilities, that sort of thing, and very much Brit orientated. You know, you could almost be at home with the amount of British people that are here. But yeah, so there we are, there's the setup, and we'll see you in a bit. So let's give you a quick overview of Au bord de la Hassine. Probably not right, but let's give you a look inside anyway. So in fact, there's a map of the site rather than me wandering all around the site. So reception's here, you've got a big loop round this side, you've got a loop round there as well, and the river along the bottom, although I think the river is hidden by the trees. I haven't seen that yet, but pretty much walk into the site. I'm not sure what the triangle shaped building is. Straight in front of you is the facilities block, so that's the toilets, those sorts of things. You go round to the right here, and there is a key pad barrier, so you've got to have the code to get through the barrier. Looks like some table tennis and stuff there, but that's definitely the facilities blocks over there. And you go through the barrier there, and just over the back there is the children's play park. It is quite a small one, but it's not too bad. In fact, there's another bit here, kind of exercise equipment. It is a one-way system site. So I'll have a wander over here. So there's reception area up this way. This is reception, and I believe a small shop. So that's reception in there. Yeah, so there's reception. You can order your baguettes and various different bits for the morning. Here's the restaurant. So the restaurant's there. People sat out. I'm not going to go in, but pool area's over there. Seating area outside the pool. There are what I guess you would call more sort of static cabin caravans, that sort of thing. But again, seating area over there. Small but kind of heated pool, I believe. And then we'll kind of wander back this way. Now we're just at the back of the facilities block. You've got a trampoline down there for the kids to play on. As I say, the park is over the back there, and the various different pitches. They're quite large pitches, plenty of room, that sort of stuff. In fact, I think if we look over there where the reeds are, I'm sure it's probably the river is just to the back of that. So let's take a walk over the facilities block. Try and be careful not walking on anybody doing their business. I think this side is the ladies anyway. Let's wander over. So yeah, that side's the ladies. Let's wander around this side. Recycling and rubbish area. Not sure what, if anything is behind these doors. Maybe they're just, no, they're locked anyway. So there's your pot wash area here as well. You've got your pot wash area there if you want to do your pot washing. And I'll take you inside the gents. So basically you've got urinals and traps there, let's call them that. And then basically showers here, sinks, disabled one. Pretty standard of what you'd expect from a traditional French campsite. A lot of them are very similar right across the board. And here's the other side. This is, in fact, if you came through that gate, see the road down there, that road there, that's the road you'd follow down. We're just over the back there, as you can see. I'll take a bit of a wander up here for you. It's got Wi-Fi. I haven't tried it yet. In fact, right over the back there is a children's play area, and then we kind of wander around. I'm assuming behind the fence at the bottom is the river. And we wander around. Maybe not, or maybe it's there somewhere. And here's us. Well, you've seen us already anyway. Here's our setup. So we've got electric. There isn't water on the pitch, just electric on the pitch, and you do pay extra for the electric. So I've got the little collapsed barrel running at the moment, because once we get to the main site, we're going to be set up properly anyway. Yes, the river is Let's take you down here and have a look, show you. I don't know how well you can see through the trees, so it isn't something you can access directly from the site, but it is something I'm sure you can go walking on. Again, if you can see just through there, you can see the river. Whether you can see it any better along here, yeah. So there's the river along there. And that is a very quick, brief overview and tour of the site. Oh, and one quick thing is there is quite a strong smell of poo, but more the countryside poo, and I don't think it is just the campsite. We've literally just popped up to the Carrefour, which is 900 meters away, which is ideal. You could walk there, but we went in the car because we wanted to get some fuel. So it is one of those small kind of Carrefour Express type things. So we got some fuel, we got some food, but the smell was up there as well. So I think it's probably just something that isn't here permanently. It is probably something that's been done to the local fields recently, and the smell is here. And what I didn't show you coming, but I must show you coming out, is, and it's one of the things I love about being in France, is just the architecture, the quaintness, just the niceness of some of these small French towns. So we'll try and get the camera on when we're leaving tomorrow, and we'll show you a bit of the town as we're leaving. Good morning, it's day 2 of our French adventure, and what a beautiful morning it is. This is what we love, this is what we love about being here in France. So it's going to be a long day today. What I'd like to do is try and push on to at least Lake Annecy today, which I think is about somewhere between 550, 600 kilometers, so 360, 380 miles, something like that. So it'll be a big push, but if we can get to Lake Annecy, have a nice evening in Lake Annecy, we can have a late set off tomorrow, and then basically all our trips from, what day are we today? So we're Thursday today, so if we can get there, so Thursday, so Friday, Saturday will be quite short hops, and a very short hop on Sunday when we finally arrive at Camping Estoril. Anyway, I'm going to get finished setting up, and we'll come back to you guys in a bit. So we're a good way into today's travels. We're probably about 2/3 of the way in. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I think we're probably 2.5 hours away from Annecy. Still not got a site book, but we've had a bit of a disaster morning this morning. First thing that happened was the EMP failed when I was lifting it up with the jacks down. However, the emergency release worked, so we got everything up. And then at this stop, I've just tried to diagnose what the issue is, and the issue is one of the little pins has snapped on the back of the control panel charger. So what I've done as a temporary fix is tried to get a bit of what would you call it, tin foil in there, just to make that a little bit better and make a connection. It seems like it's worked. Is it going to continue working? I don't know. If not, we're going to be sleeping in a caravan tonight without any leveling, unless I can find someone on the site that's got EMP and I can plug my controller in and charge it from there. So that's worth checking and trying. But I have got a number for EMP anyway, so I'm going to give them a call and find out where their nearest local representation is. Then after that, oh, what was the other problem? Yeah, the other problem was I caught a curb again. So I caught a curb with the motor mover again, and not too bad this time. But what I have done, there's the cover on that side, there's the cover gone off that side. So basically I've ripped off the cover. The cover's no longer there. So let's leave this one here. Let's leave this as the end of part one. Leave it with a couple of cliffhangers there, and we shall see what happens. So hopefully you've enjoyed this so far. Thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe and share. Hit that notification bell, and all being well, we'll pick this up in Annecy.